Canning pasta in a jar. Lasts for years, 20 years and more. Bagged pasta has its own shelf life. I'll fill the pasta jars. The jars must be completely dry. I fill the jar to the top. Dear friends, write me in the comments if you have food stocks. I fill all the jars in the same way. I will be canning several types of pasta. The choice is yours. I put the filled jars in an oven tray. I sterilize the lids together with the jars. I take the lids out of the oven after 10 minutes. I put the jars in a cold oven so the jars will not burst. They gradually heat up. Now I turn on the oven at 100 degrees Celsius. I keep the jars in the oven for 90 minutes at 100 degrees Celsius. Count the time when 100 Celsius is reached. Remove the lids from the oven after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I remove the lids. They are now sterile. After 90 minutes, I take one jar out of the oven. The oven is on all the time at 100 Celsius. The other jars remain in the oven. I wipe the top of the jar. The lids must fit well. Write me in the comments, from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. Use protective gloves. The jars are hot. I take out the second jar. The other jars are in the oven, which is turned on. The process takes place while the jars are hot. When the jars cool, the center of the lid will sink. Only then, the procedure succeeded. Store the jars in a dark place. Last for years. If you like the recipe, leave me a heart in the comments and a like. Thank you, dear friends.
When the war starts, the refrigerator becomes worthless. That's why I fill the jars with food on time. I will pour water into the pot. I'll wait for the water to boil. The water has boiled and I put the pasta to cook. From the moment the water boils again, I cook the pasta for 2 minutes. I need clean and washed jars. After 2 minutes of cooking, I will fill the jars with pasta. Do not fill the jar to the top. Prepare food supplies when they are available and while there is electricity. When the crisis occurs, it is too late. I add a tablespoon of 9% vinegar to each jar. I add half a teaspoon of salt to each jar. I'll fill the jars with hot water. Write to me in the comments from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. I close the jars with clean and new lids. I need a deeper pan. I put a cloth on the bottom of the pot. I put the jars in the pot. I pour hot water into the pot, up to the height of the lid. I put the pan on the stove. From the moment the water boils, I cook for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes of cooking, I take the jars out of the pot. When the jars have cooled, store them in a cool, dark place. I hope no one needs this, but I know what it's like when you need it and you have nothing. If you like the video, leave me a heart in the comment and a like. Thank you.
Canned rice in a jar lasts 20 years. The war in my country taught me to preserve food when it is available. Bagged rice has an expiration date. I'll show you how to preserve it for 20 years and more. I put the rice in jars. The jars must be completely dry. Rice will save you from hunger at every opportunity. Preserve food when it is available. Save it for when it's gone. Shake the jar to settle the rice. Fill the jar to the top. I will fill all the jars in the same way. I put the filled jars on a pan that goes into the oven. I put the jars in a cold oven, only then do I heat the oven to 110 degrees Celsius. When the oven is heated to 110 degrees Celsius, I leave the jars in the oven for 90 minutes. All 90 minutes in the oven is 110 degrees Celsius. Write me in the comments from which country are you watching me. It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. After 90 minutes, take out one jar. The oven is on. Wipe the top of the jar. Use protective gloves. The jar and the rice are hot. The larvae must be killed and the rice dried. Do everything immediately after removing it from the oven. I sterilized the lids in boiling water for 15 minutes. After that, I dried them in the oven. The lids must be dry. Remove one jar at a time. The oven was turned on at 110 Celsius all the time. The jars must not be cooled before putting the lid on. When the jar cools, the center of the lid should sink in. If the lid is not sunk in, the procedure was not done well. When the jars have cooled, store them in a dark place until use. They last more than 20 to 30 years. If you like the recipe, leave me a heart or a like in the comments. Thanks, friends.